The federal government has announced that it will establish a new national agency to grow Australia's domestic space industry. Senator Michaelia Cash, the acting Minister of Industry, Innovation and Science, announced the initiative on Monday morning ahead of her keynote address at the International Astronomical Congress in Adelaide. The global space industry is growing rapidly, and it's crucial that Australia is part of this growth, she said. A national space agency will ensure we have a strategic long-term plan that supports the development and application of space technologies and grows our domestic space industry. The agency will be the anchor for our domestic coordination and the front door for our international engagement. The Australian National University in Canberra was quick to signal its interest in playing a key role in the proposed agency. ANU is a national resource with leading facilities which drive Australia's research, as well as space industry and technology, Vice-Chancellor Brian Schmidt said. ANU global research and industry collaborations are helping to make space safer for space travel and satellites, and driving new technologies to develop the communications, instruments and space plasma thrusters for future space missions. Australia is entering the space race. Photo Supply. The government made its announcement on the same day the Labor Party outlined its own plans to boost Australia's space industry through the establishment of a Space Science and Industry Agency from 2020. Opposition science spokesman Senator Akim Carr said Labor would also create a Space Industry Innovation Council and a Space Industry Supplier Advocate to bolster opportunities for investment. It is in Australia's national interest to build our own capabilities in these areas, not only to meet current and future needs, but also to mitigate the risk of these services becoming unavailable, he said. By contrast, the Turnbull government has slashed public funding for Australian space activities and has commissioned yet another unnecessary review of Australian space policy. Australia does not need another review. Australia is one of the only developed countries in the world without a dedicated space agency. The country's space industry is estimated to be worth as much as $4 billion per year and currently employs about 11,500 workers. States and territories have been jockeying for the establishment of a dedicated space agency over the past few months. In August, the ACT and South Australian governments announced a joint bid for the establishment of such an agency. Under this agreement, the agency could have its headquarters in Canberra and its operational base in South Australia. The Northern Territory has also announced that it would join this collaborative bid. The recommendation for the National Space Agency came from a review announced by Industry Minister Arthur Sinodinos in July. The reference group conducting the review will now develop a charter for the agency, with the results of the review due to be released in March next year. With Emily Baker,